happening, you guys? Alright, it's time for another vlog. I'm going to be making a delivery tonight at American, I think it's Wholesale Grocers or something along that line. AWG, that's what they're labeled as. I want to say the W is wholesale, but I could be wrong. This location is in Springfield, Missouri. Really close to the Prime Incorporated terminal. At least I believe it is. I know Prime's terminal is right over in that general area. I didn't look that closely where exactly it's at in relation to Prime, but because I was a little short on time. But alright, that's what we're heading to. We're on northbound US 65 right now, and you see there where we're at in relation to Kansas City up there in the top left on the map, and Little Rock down there more toward the bottom right, or lower central right, I guess I would call it. I'm actually coming up from Little Rock area right now. I picked up the load in Center, Texas. A load of chicken from Tyson. From there I ended up taking US 96 up from there to Carthage, and then ultimately ended up taking US 79. I want to say it's 79 or 70 something, going up to the northeast, get you up to I-20. Right now, just in a little bit inside the Louisiana line from Texas, and then got onto I-49 northbound in Shreveport. Took that up to Texarkana, right there on the Texas and Arkansas border. Then then Interstate 30 up from there to Little Rock, basically, and I-430 and 40 west, then got on to 65 in Conway. So that's the route I'm taking. It wasn't too bad. 65, there's definitely had some hilly, some curvy areas and stuff where I had to slow down some, and it really wasn't that bad. There were a couple of towns over there, and I guess I would call it the northern parts of Arkansas, something like that. Where the lanes were like barely 10 feet wide, though. Even when you're going right through town, it's like barely 10-foot wide lanes. So it wasn't the most fun experience there, especially when I had another truck to deal with. I wanted to get around him, but then I was like, there's a truck stop coming up here in that town, Marshall or Mitchell or whatever the hell that town was called. I don't remember. Something along that line. And, I need to burn some time anyway, because I'm going to be showing up here in Springfield a little too early. It's a 00:30 appointment time, or 12:30 at night. And I'm not expecting to be able to check in until 11:30. And as it is, I'm going to be there around 11:15. However, let's talk about some of the reviews. Yeah, and I've been kind of sticking like glue to these speed limits just because I'm like, dude, I'm ahead of time on this, and I don't want to get here, I don't want to get here even faster than I'm already expecting to. So I'm going to go ahead and get zoomed in there for you guys. Anyway, yeah, so the reviews on the place are generally not good. A lot of complaints about how slow they are. I saw several reviews talking about there being a line of trucks from the guard shack all the way out to the interstate off-ramp. Or I don't know if they were talking about I-44 or if they're talking about our US 65 side, but because I'm coming up 65, I won't have a need to touch I-44. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, a long line of trucks, and then it takes time to get to the guard shack, it sounds like. Although someone said it doesn't, they do move the line somewhat quickly. But then when you get over there, I saw some complaints about the check-in process too. Like, I guess once you get past the guard shack, wherever you end up parking, I don't know, you dock in or you park, whatever it is, and check in at the office. And it sounds like you're in there for like 30 to 60 minutes with a bunch of other people trying to check in at the same time. And it sounds like they got one or two windows open there to check in. So I'm not really expecting it to be fast. And honestly, I'm really not concerned about it because if it takes a little more extra time, great. Because I'm going to need a 10-hour break. My 14-hour clock is going to run out unless I do a split. And while I'm there, and I'm going to need to do a 10-hour break before I do my next load anyway, which we'll talk about it later on at the end of this video. Alright, not really, okay. So speaking of solid white lines, depending on where you're at, it may or may not be illegal to cross a white line like that, a solid white line. Like California, there's nothing written in the vehicle code anywhere saying that you cannot cross a white line. The white line is more of at least in my state, the white line is more of a recommendation by Caltrans to not merge in that location. But it's a recommendation, and that's one of those where if you make a lane change there and an accident happens, well, you could be the fall guy for making an unsafe lane change. But if there's nobody around, whatever, or kind of a situation like that, not so. I wouldn't necessarily say that's going to happen there. But now, Missouri, I don't know. I don't know if their state laws have anything covering solid white lines. But I can tell you from experience, you won't find something about solid white line in the California Vehicle Code. I'm just saying where I'm from, anyway. All right. So the way up here, oh man. It wasn't too bad, I guess, but right after I left the Tyson plant in Center, because you got to go over to the east end of that town. Center's not a very big town, maybe a couple thousand people or something like that. And there's a loop route, Highway 500, if I remember right, that you have to take around that if you're in a truck. Yeah, basically I go over to the east side of town and I had to loop around to the north end so I can get on US 96 and take it up to Carthage. I needed to scale my load up in Carthage. That was the nearest CAT scale. So, but now that loop, 500, man, that was a pain in the ass. I barely even got like 2 minutes from the Tyson plant. Yeah, barely like, no more than, probably 2 or 3 minutes away from the Tyson plant. And there's a 1-lane area for construction. And it's not like there's the most busy traffic area in the world either, but problem is from one end to the other, you also have a cross street and cross traffic over there, so it really complicated it. And I ended up sitting there at a dead stop for over 10 minutes before I found, and it wasn't like how long can there be this many damn cars coming through this one little town where it takes this damn long to get everybody through this 1-lane area? I didn't get that, but somehow it did. And then when I get up to Carthage, because when I got up to Carthage, I needed to get onto an on-ramp to go, basically you're on the east end of the loop that goes around Carthage. I would call it US 59 northbound, but I don't know what I would technically call it. I think you got to go into downtown Carthage to hit the real 59, and then it veers off. But the trucks, you have to use the loop route in Carthage, unless you're doing something in downtown. So anyway, let's see. But then I find out that the on-ramp is closed for that. And I had to follow a detour route, which was go the wrong way on the loop. Go to the west side of town. And I end up crossing back over a little further, a few more miles down, and then got myself turned around so I could get over the Loves. Loves is right where that loop in US 79 or whatever, that US highway that I ended up taking up towards Shreveport. That's where it's at. But what a kind of a pain in the ass for just a small area like that, I guess. But kind of what I amounted it to. I also saw basically the remnants of a wildfire in Arkansas on Interstate 30. I don't remember what mile marker it was. We'll just call it in. Maybe over not too far from Arkadelphia, I guess. I don't even remember, but it was mainly affecting the westbound side, and man, they were really bogged down on that end. Several, like at least good 10, 11 mile backup of dead stop traffic. What is with that? Oh man, I kept thinking there was someone like on the other side going the wrong way or something, and it's this dump truck or whatever it is on the overpass. Their amber lights on the side of their door. It's just because the elevation change and all that, or the uphill grade I was on, it kind of looked like he was down here. Ah, man, that was weird. Alright. So what can we talk about? We're going to be a little short here, but... Alright, so how about things that that get people into trucking, or what gets people out of trucking? Alright, so for one... I guess I'd give you just a real quick info on how I got into trucking. Because I'm retired military, as you guys know. And now, I originally planned on...
Violation. 11-hour driving limit.
Anyway, I originally planned on being a stay-at-home dad and investing, basically. I'd be a stay-at-home investor and all that, but... it started out great, but then didn't take long before I started. Oh, is there still 3 lanes after this? Okay. To put it simply, I made some bad investment decisions that put me in what you would call a death spiral. And I'm going to a different topic. I don't want to go into the weeds with that whole explanation of the death spiral thing. So that's a topic for a different day. But yeah, I basically ended up in a financial death spiral, if you will call it that, and ended up eventually getting myself where I had to go back to work. So I ended up deciding. I thought about staying in aviation, but I was kind of burnt out on some of that. And I loved working on the airplanes, and I enjoyed the camaraderie with working with other people too, but just some of the other stuff. I had health problems and all that that I can't say weren't caused by all the chemicals that I worked with or whatever. Some of the management bullshit that I just got kind of tired of that. I guess that environment, and just I really needed a different change of pace. And a lot of my friends who'd actually left the base I was working at in March ended up getting straight civilian jobs at mostly with Defense Contract Management Agency in various locations in Southern Cal. I thought about doing that. I'm sure I would have been great at it. But I don't know that it was just really my cup of tea. It would have been more of a quality assurance type of stuff, and I don't know. I'm really good with the computer and analytic kind of stuff, but whatever. But I don't know. I didn't think I really wanted to deal with the commutes from where I was living to some of those locations and all that, and I was looking elsewhere. I even had a couple of interviews with General Atomics over in Palmdale. Didn't get one of them. I didn't get one of the jobs, and then the other one I was set up for a phone interview, and then by then I was like, I gotta do something because I'm running out of money here fast, and I gotta do something here. I mean, my wife makes money too, but we had a lifestyle we were trying to maintain as well. Why are you doing 46 miles an hour? Now you're up to 50, but now 60. So I started thinking about other things, and yeah, I'm going on Indeed and other places like what other kind of jobs are there that I can look at. And then I saw truck driving jobs and like free CDL school in exchange for a contract length with whatever carrier that is giving you the getting your CDL through. And so I asked a friend of mine who I've known since elementary school, who I know was a trucker. Asked him for tips or advice, whatever, and because honestly, I was really eyeballing CR England. I know everybody in trucking has their bad things to say about England, but here's the thing: they have a CDL school, and they had a CDL school in Fontana at the time, and I could drive myself to and from the school every day. And I knew they had a terminal right there in Colton because I used to go past it all the time when I would commute, when I would go up from the base up to Rialto to pick my kids up from their moms. And I would literally go right past there sometimes. And so this seems like it could be a good fit. And, with the investment background, I wanted something that was a little more secure, economically stable. And that would be reefer freight. So that's why I chose reefer freight. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some other people hate it, but it was the right fit for my needs and my mindset. Anyway, my friend Daniel, he had suggested Robertson's Ready Mix, and I looked at them, and they had both Class A and B, and I wanted Class A. But the problem is with Robertson's, one, they all double putt, basically closed hopper trailers because they do cement. And the other thing is they wanted a 2-year contract. And on top of that, the Class A drivers don't make as much as a Class B. So I'm like, wait, what's wrong with this picture here? So I can drive a Class B driver's equipment, but a Class B driver cannot drive my equipment. What is wrong with that picture there? I don't know if that's a normal thing in the cement industry, but I didn't understand that. So I'm like, fuck that. And at the same time, England, they only had a 6-month contract for veterans or 9-month for anybody else. In exchange for getting your CDL through them. So I said, this sounds like a better option. If I can do the 6 months, it won't take that long. And if I don't like it, and this guy's pissing me off, but I'm getting ready to exit the next exit anyway. So not like I got time I got to burn anyway. Because he's down to 57 miles an hour. Anyway. That's why I ended up going to England instead, because locality and a short contract period. That way, if I didn't like the situation there, I didn't have to spend nearly as long as pretty much anywhere else before I could move on. All right. So, but other people, they have a lot of different thoughts. Like you might have some visions of grandeur there or something where. Because some people have this idea that truckers make a lot of money. You can. It really depends, though. Like, how's the freight market? How good are you at haggling or whatever? Are you driving your own truck or company equipment? And there's a whole lot of variables in there. And stuff like that. So, the average trucker's not going to make a great deal of money. Yeah, let's put it that way though. So, alright, so it looks like, oh shit, alright, 2 left turn lanes. Forgot to even zoom, change this here. Okay, damn. I only see one truck over there. I'm starting to wonder, am I going to be here like where they're going to turn me back around or something? I don't know. Alright, but on the other hand, because everyone has their own ideas on what gets them in here. Like, oh, yeah, it'd be fun to drive. I like driving. And but all they think about is driving forward. They forget about you got to back your truck up. Even if you're pulling double pups, sometimes you have to. I mean, it's not uncommon where LTL drivers have to hook their 2 trailers up to each other at their terminal. What is this? Trash or something? All right, so. Let's see how things work here. Delivery. Okay, I'm hoping they might have that. I wouldn't be surprised if they tell me turn around because I'm a little more than an hour early. First time.
It's one-way straight ahead. Follow that fence line. Follow the fence line down to the very end. You'll turn right. Continue to follow the fence line towards the back of the facility. You park at the back of the facility on the fence line. Receiving office is by dock 32. You'll turn in the papers. You'll get your door within the hour. The exit's by dock 1. When done, stop at the gate for inspection.
Okay.
Read it and fill it out.
All right. So we're gonna park and check in first. It says it's a one-way area. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I said we're gonna park up there on the along the fence line up here. Am I even going the right way? Because I couldn't tell that I could even make that turn over there, so. It just seems like him. Oh, okay, I see where he's, It's like, I'm not going to try to make that turn. I don't think I can make it, so. Alright. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people end up not making it in the industry, though, because there's a lot of detail that you have to pay attention to, for one. It might seem like it's a monkey can do this job, but not exactly, because they're interesting. These guys are all parked over here, but he did say park along the fence line over there, so I know for sure he said over in this direction. Okay, but anyway, yeah, a lot of people, there's so many different details you got to pay attention to, like say when you're backing or even turning, even for example, and this doesn't make sense. Something just tells me I should be parking over on that side, but he said check in over by door 32, but what? talking about here? I don't. I mean, right here it says park along this fence line that I just went by, and I'm like so confused. That says that makes sense. I should be. Because over in that corner over there is where the thing is saying door 32 is. So, like, why the hell would I park by this fence line? There's not even anybody here, and all the trucks are staged over there in front of those doors. Alright, anyway. So, yeah, to put it simply, though, a lot of people just don't have the aptitude for this kind of work. I hate to say it. And others find that the lifestyle, like, you know, the demands and all that, aren't compatible with them. Or they don't make money, or they realize they don't make money when they thought they would. Let's see. This. Alright, I don't know why the guy told me to go over to that fence line. It's like, well, you make 0 cents, dude. I mean, I can look at this setup here and see that it's that I should be parking right here. And then other people, they end up getting booted out of the industry because they have incidents. You know, it's real easy to have some stupid little incident that you don't realize are no, Prime's parked like shit. I was gonna park in that spot, but Prime is parked like complete shit. So and this guy's not parked much better either. His tractor's up right on top of the line. So see, I gotta sit there and watch my trailer because it's off tracking and make sure it doesn't hit the other guy. Don't be an ass. Get in here and park right. I mean, yeah, I know, and with it being nighttime, it's not the easiest to see the lines, but I mean, I can see this line on the left side pretty easily. I can't see the one on the right, but and then there's other stuff about trucking too. The non-drive your truck forward stuff that people don't think about. You got a lot of trip planning, weather planning, or other. Why am I in? I thought I went to yard move status. What the hell? Why am I in driving? Adverse. What the hell? Why am I in adverse? I swore I hit yard move. Now I'm gonna have to call my logs people tomorrow and tell them I thought I was going into yard move status, and because I swore I hit the middle button, and it ends up putting me in adverse driving now. So I'm gonna have to call logs and let them know I screwed up. I'm like, I shouldn't have been in driving mode. Anyway, let me get checked in here, and we'll see how things go here. Alright guys, we're going to be docking into door 112 as soon as I can get out of here without getting into space he needs. Door 112 is actually down there off of Division Street on the west end of the building. Alright. Okay, we're actually gonna have to go out to the guard shack and basically go out to the street, turn right, and then that very next driveway, you see there where it's on the other side of the employee parking or whatever that is down there. There's another set of docks right there that face Division Street. That's where we're going to dock in at. Okay, as you see this guy here, doors open, tandem's back as well. Just doesn't matter if I'm in driving mode or yard move. Come on, dude, it's not that hard to get into there. He's jamming himself up on this drop trailer sitting over here. His tractor's jammed up on it, I think, but yeah, that's what it is. He's got room. His setup sucked. I mean, his setup. See, you're going too far forward now. Now you're wasting my time. Oh. Come on, dude. You don't have to, man. Just angle the trailer toward the damn spot. If you're angled too much or you're jammed up, all you have to do is a small amount forward, right, hard right, and back to the hard left. Change the angle, or exaggerate more to get the tandems over that way more before, so you have room. This guy's just being a knucklehead. I'm guessing he's one of those. He's got experience, but it's one of those. Just because you got experience doesn't mean that you don't necessarily have a stupid strategy idea. I mean, I'm prone to making those same dumb decisions too. Anybody is, but it's kind of like what I was talking about with that guy a while back, or not too long ago. I was talking about a guy with 4 million miles. I'm so glad you're blocking the lane now. Well, actually, I think I have enough room to squeeze by you. Yeah, he needs to back up a little bit more. I don't know that I might be able to get by him, but I don't know. Seriously, dude. Alright, let's see if we can get around him. I think I might have room here. It's going to be tight, but look like we're alright. Alright, yeah, we're good. Anyway, yeah, I talked about that guy at GT's Living Foods in Vernon, California. Guy had 4 million miles of experience, but it took him like 15 minutes to hit the damn dock door. I could tell that he knew what he was doing, but he just bad strategy. That's all it was. Going to door 112. Okay. Alright, so now, do I turn? I don't know that I can turn right here, though. I think I need to use that other gate over there. So, I mean, well, the shaft driver's coming through here, looks like, but I couldn't be too sure that I could make that turn myself, so let's do the safer way. Let's see. Well, I only see a couple of doors that I can use, so I'm going to back into, so I'm going to guess this one right in front of us, or the one down there by the red one, is probably it. That's 118, it looks like. Okay, I'm going to come over this way because I need to get the tandems way more over this way. Actually, you know what? I need to slide tandems too, so how about... Alright guys, let's get these tandems slid and get backed in. Yeah, I confirmed it is the second door from the end next to that red truck. Okay, I'm going to go forward so I can create off track first before we even start to back up. Also helps the tandems get a little closer to where I want them. Okay, lots of room here, so not an issue. Pretty wide, but I don't like it. I'm gonna run out of room to get the tandems where I want them, so let's fix it now. Yeah, I chased it down a little bit to make sure I wouldn't hit the other guy with my door, but problem was it changed my angle. I mean, it prevented my trailer from rotating the way I needed it to once it was past them. Okay, so tandems are right where I want them, but if I keep going back, they're gonna shoot past a little bit, you know, where I a little further than I want them to go. So just the slightest bit of blindside off track is all I need to keep them right where they're at and square up. Perfect. Right there. Alright, so the rest of the way we just come back till we're tapping it. Alright, simple enough. Lots of room here it seems, so I don't think any of the none of the dock doors really seem like they were going to be too difficult to do, so alright, so it's 2350 right now. Again, I don't really care how long I end up spending here because this hour truck stops are going to be full. So like, go ahead, keep me here as long as you want. That way, when I do leave here, then I know I can go to the truck stop and not have any problems finding somewhere to park, or have less chance that I'm going to have a problem finding parking. Anyway, we'll continue this when we're docking out.